Arthur wobbled his head. I would see him in the marketplace, when I did the shopping for Mem Sahib. But Gene could tell from his unsteady lip that the man had meant more to Arthur than that. Should you maybe go with them, wherever they're going? The Kangsabati River to be cremated, Arthur said. He bit his lip and looked at the road for a moment. No, I am needed by the Padre Sahib. We are leaving soon for the Bora Sahib, na? The sound of the car engine firing up startled Gene. Wild monkeys scampered to life in the branches above him, screeching into the dawn. Gene turned to see his father ready at the wheel of the old Chevy. It would take the jalopy a few minutes to warm up. Gene looked back at the lane, but the men had passed them now, leaving only a mottled trail of dust that floated behind them, as if they walked on a cloud. To tell you the truth, Gene said, leaning in, I'm nervous about meeting the judge, or Uncle Ellis, I suppose I should call him. Arthur tilted his head and looked at him the way one would study a bug. I mean, I know my brothers all like him. I don't remember the last time I met him. I must have been too young. But from what everyone tells me about him, I feel like I should be, I don't know. He trailed off as he scuffed his dusty shoe in the dirt and frowned at his wrinkled trousers. Better groomed, at least. Gene realized the absurdity of his words, reminding himself of the dead man that just passed by not a minute ago. He met Arthur's eyes and nearly jumped at the dark look on his face. Arthur bent close, his eyes serious. There are larger things to worry about with the Bora Sahib, he said. Gene didn't know what to say. He was about to ask Arthur what he meant when they were interrupted. Come on, Gene, smallest in the middle. He looked to see John, Will, and Lee pouring through the front doors, a collective storm of barely contained teenage energy that felt absurd in the quiet morning. They whooped and hollered for no reason that Gene could tell, until he remembered. They had been looking forward to this day all week. Arthur retreated to the car to check that all was set to go, slipping away into the background of the family's lives again. Scooch, Will said, shoving Gene into the car. I'm going, Gene said, bumping his head on the roof as Will's shoulder blade jabbed into his chest. Come on, make room, John said, squishing a leg into Gene's lap. Then more pressure, this time on his other side, as Lee squeezed in. Sorry, Lee said. Lee was only 2 years older than Gene, but he felt enormous. Gene couldn't move while his brothers arranged themselves for the long ride, their limbs sticking out of the open sides of the car. That's better, John said. Humph, Gene grumbled. Mrs. Hinton got in on the passenger side. Her cheeks were flushed, her clothes smelling of rosewater. Oh, I look awful, she said, squinting into her compact mirror. She brushed the faded blonde hairs out of her face. He'll think I haven't been taking care of myself.